2 years ago, it would have been really difficult for me to pick up my phone and call someone. I remember when I was still living with my parents and my siblings before everybody went on their own way. It was an inside joke that my phone never rings because nobody calls. I don't call and nobody calls. So if ever my phone rings, it is a surprise. That was until last year when I moved to Congo and was smacked in the middle of the customer service department of our company, which means I have to be in a constant communication with customers. And that includes during and after work hours, even at home, even on Sundays. It is hard. But this job has given me the opportunity to improve my communication skills with people and has also improved my social skill a little because outside this workplace, I do not go anywhere. I do not meet anyone else. I do not have a friend outside of this workplace. So it's still limited, but it's better than it was 3 years ago. And in my daily interaction with customers, I'm getting to know more about myself, how I react to things. Especially, I've noticed that I do not react well to criticism. I've noticed that when I get really defensive is when it has to do with defending my company, our company, defending myself and defending people that are close to me. For other things, I do not mind. I'm nonchalant. I do not really put much of my emotion into it. But when it comes to defending this company, myself and the people close to me, my body reacts differently. I've noticed. I get sweaty palms. My hands start shaking. It's obvious. Maybe not obvious to people around me, but I can feel it. Like when I'm holding a pen to write something, my hand is shaking a little. I start overthinking things. I start getting really emotional and sensitive to words. I start thinking about what other people are thinking, which is impossible to know what someone else is thinking if you don't ask them or if you don't make them say it out. So with this daily interaction with customers, I'm noticing this side of me and I'm working on that. I do not believe in the saying that customers are always right. I'm also a customer and I'm not always right. And I've noticed that when I get defensive about something that has to do with the company or the business, the tone of my voice sounds a bit harsh. I know that because I've listened to the voice notes I sent in a response to a customer that was upset about something and accusing us about something. I've listened to the voice notes, the voice message I sent as a reply, and it wasn't that good. I was very defensive, it wasn't that good. So recently I started working on that. When I get such messages that upsets me, that gets me in the defensive mode, I kind of ignore it for a bit. Even though the customer is calling, sending text messages, trying to get a response at the moment, I try to take a little bit more time to reply so that I don't respond with that emotion that is building up at that moment. Because when I do, and then when everything has calmed down and I listen to my response, it doesn't sound good. Yeah, I'm working on that. In addition to some of the things I can now do that I don't do before thanks to my job, is calling, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. Recently, I cannot pick up my phone and call a customer to ask about their debt or some information that I need to know from them without having to overthink things, without having to think about the conversation and try to muster the courage to call, to just simply call. I cannot call my family in Nigeria without having to set alarm to do that. So I can boldly say that this job has improved my communication skills and also my social skills or people skill, even though it's still limited to the office, because it's only in the office that I meet people and that's where my interaction with people ends, just in the office, except if you're going to include the very little rare interaction with people in the taxi or in the bus when I'm going home, but that's rare. So while I'm still here and the remaining time that I have to spend here, I look forward to learning more about myself through my interaction with people, improving my social skills, helping as much as I can, and looking forward to much more better experiences. That's it, I guess.